This is Jackie, and I'm here with your All Access interview with Vacationer here at day 3 of Delaware's Firefly Festival. And you're not too far away. You're from Philly, correct?
Yeah, no, it was a dream coming down here. It was only an hour and a half, and usually we're used to driving very far distances to get to our shows.
Nice commute. So what are some radio stations that you listen to either in Philly or on your drive down here to Delaware?
My number one is 88.5 XPN. They have like really cool, they're just like member supported, and sometimes they have like making time curated stuff and all vinyl shows, stuff like that. And they also have like local Philadelphia features. They've been really kind to us, and like I've been listening to them since my parents were driving me around. And then my number 2 is 103.3, Princeton's radio station, because they're always just playing really wacky, tripped out stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give it up to Jersey as always.
Totally.
Your new LP, Relief. Describe the songwriting process that you go through.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it's almost a hip-hop dynamic of how I write songs with my producers. Like, they send me tracks, like instrumentals that they're working on, and they're usually pretty bare bones and like a minute or two long. And then I'll sort of write my top line to that. And instead of rapping, I write pop vocals. And then I also lay down the final bass line and usually help out with guitar.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
What song on Relief do you think best represents your sound?
Let's see. I like Onward and Upward because I think that one is sort of like a step into the direction that we're trying to take a little bit more. Like I want it to be otherworldly and tripped out, like while still being pop, like surf kind of music. So that one does a nice job of like taking a different shape than most of our songs do.
It's nice when people evolve from the sort of cookie cutter pop realm and do their own spin on things. It's excellent.
Thank you.
How has your sound evolved since your 2012 release?
I think that we stay centered in the same spirit that we started the band with. And when we sort of stumbled onto this like tropical trip hop, like whatever it is, vocal pop kind of thing, we all kind of really fell in love with it, and can't really point to bands that do exactly this kind of thing. So we always try to stay rooted in that, and I just want to keep going further down the path of that. So I think that we've taken, like what was the first record was a little bit more lo-fi and I don't know, just like kind of, I guess, like dubbed out like hip-hop stuff. We've sort of broadened it out into like, I think, doing a bit more with like new dimensions.
When did you know, or how did you know that you wanted to make music your career?
From a really early age. I started playing bass at 9.
Wow.
Yeah, so and my logic there was that if I could learn how to play bass, then I could start a band. Because as a 9-year-old, I'm not going to find another guy that like knows how to play bass. And it looked easy. It looked like 4 strings, and it looked cool and big, and you only play 1 string at a time. So I was like, I can find a kid to play, guitar and drums, and I just wanted to start a band right away. So then I got to start touring when I was like 15, 16 years old, and I haven't really had that question of what am I going to do with my life. It got answered for me really early.
It's always nice.
Yeah.
How do you go about choosing a set list for an event like Firefly?
We had been sort of cycling through the same couple of set lists for a while now, the last couple of months, and for today, we'd been really looking forward to playing Firefly, and we have a really magical set time tonight. So we totally just scrambled all the songs and are starting with a song we never have before, and just completely rewrote the set to try to have the right energy for tonight.
Ooh, changing things up. How do you make sure that you leave a lasting impression with fans? I can only really just be myself. So I'm not the David Bowie, throwing thunder in the air kind of But it would be cool.
I guess so. I mean, David Bowie is decidedly cool. I can only be myself, comfortably. So whether it's a lasting impression with people is, kind of up to them. But, whatever it is, it's all me. And, people that are like-minded seem to gravitate towards it, and it's nice because then I can sort of be friends with all our fans.
And friends and fans are important. How do you use social media to connect with them?
Just posting goofy, tripped out stuff that's going on, and I try to make it not so much about pushing tickets or CDs, and more just about what's going on with me. I think showing an appropriate level of intimacy, to your fans, like, goes a long way. So I try to, give them a glimpse of, like, who I am and what kind of life I'm living.
I would agree with that. Is there one platform that you prefer, or do you use a couple, or you guys take turns?
I guess, yeah, I switch it up. I do the rounds. I'm not above it. I still like Tumblr. I think Tumblr is underrated, and I use Instagram and we'll tweet a thing or two, and yeah, I'll make the rounds.
All right. Speaking of making the rounds, what's up for you guys after Firefly?
We are going to play another couple of festivals this summer. We're playing one in Jersey called Pinelands and one in Columbus called Fashion Meets Music. And besides that, we're going to start working on our next record and gearing up for a tour coming very soon.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned for much more from Vacationer. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change.